So going back to Galactic Fed, tell me more about the company, why you started it, and why did you want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I have always wanted to do my own thing, whether it was always writing books, and I hope to keep doing that. But I just really didn't like the idea of sitting in one chair all day, listening to what someone tells me and having to work a normal job. I just really chafed under that, honestly. And I'd say it really started when I was young. I brought Show and Tell, this little piece of art that I made when I was in second grade. For those who are watching on Spotify or Apple or wherever, basically this is a small depiction I wrote that says, "My dream is to invent things." And it shows scientists running really fast holding a beaker. And this is like one of my most prized possessions in the world, because I think it's nice looking back and knowing that you have had a feeling that you have now for a long time. Because I think that we all are constantly rewriting our past. And it's nice to be able to look back and be like, wow, like I've always been that guy, that little kid who wanted to do his own thing, to create, to invent, and to build new things. And yeah, it's fun. I'm proud of that piece of art.
And how old were you when you created this?
I was in second grade, third grade, something like that. My mom rediscovered it and framed it and gave it to me for Christmas a few years ago, and I was like, that is going with me everywhere, especially to Stanford, which is a place of dreamers and doers and people trying to do things. So actually, when I met KG, who you interviewed, who's my girlfriend, we met at Stanford a year and a half ago. We were in the same cabin in Tahoe. And this was one of the first things I showed her when we met, because I was still unpacking and setting up my dorm and stuff like that. And I think that she was really touched to see that.
That's when she fell in love.
I don't know about But yeah, so anyways, to answer your question more, that's the original inspiration. I wanted to do my own thing. Even in college, I started my first company, didn't work out, kept that spirit. And yeah, talking more about inspiration for Galactic Fed. Again, we help companies run their marketing, their Google ads, Facebook ads, build websites, search engine optimization, that sort of stuff. It started because I was getting hit up a lot when I worked at one company before to run people's marketing campaigns for them. They'd say, I'll pay you $5,000 a month to spend 5 hours a month running this stuff for me. I'm like, wow, that could really add up. And so I left that company I was at. I picked up a few clients from there. I was fortunate to have already built up a bit of a name in this marketing space from helping that business and for working at Google and such. And then I think something that my co-founder and I did different from the start. My co-founder also worked with me at that previous business. She was a physicist at CERN in the Large Hadron Collider before she dropped out of that and began marketing. So we brought this sort of scientific programming background to what we did. And at the time, much more of like the marketing agency focus was on creative and brand and cleverness and that sort of stuff. And we were like, we're never going to outcompete the Mad Men style people. But what we can focus on is data and growth and tracking and just really giving a lot of effort towards that. So we hired PhD mathematicians, we hired scientists, we hired former biologists, and trained those sorts of people to be marketers for us. And I think that's what led us to get a sort of name in Silicon Valley and to work with lots of different high growth startups, which has made a name for us.